What is going on, folks? This is Stefan of Stefan Johnson Voiceovers. Just putting together a little video. First for me, I've never really done anything like this, but I've gotten a few requests from people who follow me, a few folks who are looking to start their voiceover journey and have asked me what does my home studio look like? I guess just to get a few ideas on how to put their setup together, sound treating booths. I'm not a master of any of these crafts, let alone a master of voiceover at all, but if I can put together anything that helps you guys out, I had a lot of great guys who gave me a lot of input when I started off, and I'd love to pass it forward. So just gonna take you on a brief tour. It's a small space, but you might get a little insight on what you may want or need to do. Again, first of its kind for me, so don't be too critical in case I fumble here and there, but I hope it helps. So let's get started. Okay, so I guess the first place I should start is my workstation. I just have your basic Mac here, and I'm running Adobe Audition here. Now I did begin with Audacity, and as you see here, I still have Audacity installed on this computer here. Adobe Audition is kind of one of those things where a lot of people in the industry use it. A really great interface, really user-friendly. It takes a bit of getting used to if you are used to Audacity or one of the more simpler interfaces. A lot of people will call Audition overkill for what we do in voiceover, but it works for me, and I've been using it for the last few months here. But again, I am coming off of Audacity, and Audacity is a great program if you're just getting started, and even if there are pros who've been using Audacity for years, and they get great results out of it, and I've never had a problem with it. You can do a lot with Audacity. I'm just running Audition right now. I have two interfaces here. I have the Audient ID4 I've had for about a year or so. Really clean sound here. It's really a workhorse, if you will. Sturdy, great, results I've gotten out of it. But my first interface was a Focusrite Scarlett Solo. I got with the whole bundle pack. It came with a mic, it came with headphones, a cord. Really great one, and I keep it around just as a backup in case something ever were to happen with this one. I'm running these two Sterling monitors, not really much to them. Pretty good monitors, get a lot of good sound out of them. You always want a monitor opposed to like a normal speaker, so it kind of gives you your sound as it's recorded. It doesn't add any bass, doesn't add any treble or anything like that, just to kind of get a clear sound to it. And also at my station, I don't really record any jobs at my work desk, but I do keep this mic hooked up here. It's just a Rode NT1, or excuse me, the NT1A. I just keep it hooked up. I can do some demos from my station because I do have a pretty decently acoustically treated workstation, even though I do record my jobs actually in a booth. But the NT1A is a pretty decent mid-tier to beginner level microphone. A lot of people use it, and again, people have used it for pretty extensive jobs as well. It's not just that entry-level microphone, and I just have it connected to a small boom arm right here. Just something, easy, down and dirty. Okay, let me actually take you into the booth where I do about 99% of my work. This is just a walk-in closet, and excuse me, you guys, I do not have the exact dimensions of this, but it is a tiny thing, maybe like a 3 or 4 foot by 1 or 2 foot. Again, I don't have the exact dimensions, but just big enough for me and a microphone. I do have it lined with a bunch of Orlex foam. This is Orlex brand foam, 12 by 12, 2-inch thick foam. I do also have my booth lined with these little light switches. You can find these on Amazon. These were like $5 each, just so I'm not, blind in here with the copy. I usually read off of my phone. I just got an iClip phone holster. Most people use them to keep your phone up, like if you're playing like live shows in a band, so you can like read lyrics or something like that. But it works well for what I needed to read my copy off of until I get an actual monitor in here. And it's connected to my mic stand, which is holding my Sennheiser 416. This thing is kind of like a workhorse of the industry. You'll see a lot of the promo guys using it, and promo is actually something I'm looking to get into. Hefty price tag. You definitely don't have to get this just starting out. It's something you kind of work your way up to, unless you're privileged enough to start off with it. But it's great for what I need, and it's a really great mic. And just to show you, let's take a step in here. I can show you how quiet it actually gets, or how dead the sound is. And it's not a perfect space. I mean, you know, it could be better, but again, for what I do, it more than does the job. So, yeah, this is my space. And yeah. Oh, and let me also say it does get hot in here. So you do kind of have to give yourself a break here and there in the summer seasons. I do have air conditioning in my house, but you stand in here for a minute and a half breathing, and it gets hot. So that's something to consider as well when you're building a booth and when you're converting a closet like I did into a booth. Okay, and as far as the heat that I mentioned in the summer months when you're recording in your booth, there's a decent way to remedy it. It's not an end-all, be-all, or a perfect fix, but if you have a decent air conditioner, you run it for a while, you keep your booth door open, let the air get in there, and that kind of helps. I bought a portable air conditioner from Best Buy. It's Frigidaire, opens up, and again, it just exhausts outside. It's noisy, so you definitely do not want to record with it on, but again, you just pump it in here, the actual area outside your booth, leave that door open for a while. It cools that down to an extent, and you again still may need to take breaks in between just to let that recool down, the booth that is, but it helps. It really does help. Okay, and as far as the space itself in my I guess we can call it a control room, I guess. I do have more of the foam in here. And just for those rare moments where I do track in here, it just helps. Especially having so much foam right behind the workstation, trying to catch the main reflection points here and there. Again, this is nowhere near a perfect job, but, and I'm sure some audio engineers and acoustic engineers will wring my neck for this setup and probably roast me, but this is just a kind of a bare bones setup. I do have more foam back here, you'll see, and I do plan on treating a little more of the area, but again, I'm not a master at this at all, but a few of you have asked to see, so this is my setup to an extent. And on top of being a voice talent, I'm also a musician. I just have my drum pad here. Bought this not too long ago. It's bare bones. Again, you're gonna keep hearing that word from me. I don't have really crazy equipment in here, but I'm just, dabbling in drums alone. My Marshall amplifier, again, just got that not too long ago with my new Squire Telly. Nothing really crazy there. A few other guitars. Not really voiceover related, but just something I'm dabbling in. Eventually we'll start recording my own music, chords and headphones here and there, just little extras that makes it feel like home to me. And I feel like you do gotta have little bits of yourself in here, you gotta make it a man cave or a woman cave, or just like a getaway for you. You have to be comfortable in the space you're recording, because if you're not comfortable, you're not going to produce your best work. So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. I hope this helps somebody, in the same way. Again, some vets have helped me in the past. So if you ever have any questions, tons of guys email me and message me all the time, and don't hesitate. I'd love to pass it forward. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope I can help someone out.